5 reasons you should do Airbnb rental arbitrage. Number 1, if you are a very experienced Airbnb host or manager already. If you're very experienced with Airbnb and know the area well, then you may be able to do well with Airbnb arbitrage, as you'll be able to accurately predict the potential earnings of a property before you sign the lease and furnish the property. And you'll know all the things you need to do to make sure it performs well and makes a profit. Reason number 2. If you already have a friend or relative who's happy for you to do arbitrage in their furnished property. If you already have a property ready to go, know the owner, and you have the experience to make it perform, then you can consider doing Airbnb arbitrage deal with them. Just make sure the terms of your agreement work for you, or you're able to switch to a different model or end the contract if it doesn't work out. Reason number 3, if you know how to get leads coming to you easily. One of the main things we teach in our program is how to have homeowners with furnished properties that are open to Airbnb coming to you wanting to work with you. Our unique marketing methods make generating leads virtually effortless and very effective. One of the main struggles most people have with Airbnb arbitrage is they don't know how to get leads coming to them and instead have to make hundreds or thousands of cold calls and proposals to landlords before they find a property. We generally recommend doing a different business model to Airbnb arbitrage, but you always have the option to decide to do an arbitrage deal if it works for you and the landlord. Reason number 4, if a landlord happens to have a furnished home, is open to Airbnb and prefers to have a guaranteed weekly payment instead of the seasonal higher returns from short-term letting. It doesn't happen often, but every now and then we find landlords who actually prefer to just get a guaranteed weekly payment instead of potentially making more money over the year while riding the peaks and low seasons from our traditional management model. They may also not want to use the home at all, but want to leave it furnished. In these cases, Airbnb arbitrage may be an option that works for you and the landlord. Reason number 5, if your particular market happens to have a huge earnings difference between long-term rentals and short-term Airbnb rentals. This situation is quite rare nowadays because the prices of long-term rentals have increased a lot around the world and more people entered the short-term market. But if you happen to be in one of the areas where there is a huge difference, then you might be able to do well with an arbitrage deal. So I've given you 5 reasons there when Airbnb rental arbitrage may actually make sense and work for you. Always keep in mind that Airbnb rent-to-rent arbitrage is definitely a riskier model than being a co-host or being a management company. We generally advise people not to do Airbnb arbitrage, but that doesn't mean it can't work for you. However, if you are going to do Airbnb arbitrage, everything we teach in our program actually applies perfectly for Airbnb arbitrage. We just don't advertise that. So if you want to learn how to find all these homeowners and get them coming to you with the deals instead of cold calling 1,000 people, join our free training at bnbfastlane.com and we'll run you through everything. From there, you can also book a call with us and we'll have a chat to you about your goals, strategies, and what you want to do. We'll see you in the next video.